Thank you for that. Now moving on, in a remarkable stride towards inclusive education, Samic Basir, a special needs school for Muslims in Nairobi's Eastleigh area, the first of its kind in the city, is catering exclusively to deaf children and children with autism. The Samic Basir Special School aims to provide quality education and support to children who have long been marginalized due to their unique challenges. Among the heartwarming stories at the school that emerged during our interview was that Abdul Fattah Ali, a young man who was born with the ability to hear, but technically lost his hearing as a result of a devastating bomb blast in Somalia.
Abdul Fattah's journey to Samic Basir Special Needs School was filled with hardships. After the tragic incident, he faced communication barriers, struggled to adapt to a world without sound, and often felt isolated from his peers. However, his life took a positive turn when he was enrolled at the school. Here, he found a community that embraced his uniqueness and provided the tools he needed to thrive.
I was born hearing. When I was young, I became deaf after a bomb explosion in Somalia. My family does not know any sign language. We communicate by lips reading.
The school's curriculum focuses on a holistic approach to education, integrating academics with therapies tailored to meet the needs of deaf and autistic students.
The need of the deaf school, special education is very rare in our community. Some parents come to us asking whether we can educate those who have autism. When we have seen some parents in need and they have deaf kids, we started, and then alhamdulillah right now we have nearly 40 students in that class, and day by day admission is going on. So what compelled us is that we have seen some learners who are at home and don't have any access to education. After we have seen that tragedy and that problem, we started this school. And most of the kids are orphans. Some are coming from refugee camps also, they are refugees. Some are coming from big family that cannot afford school fees. We support them.
Sign language classes are a fundamental part of the curriculum, enabling students like Abdul Fattah to communicate effectively and engage with their peers.
Some of the challenges we face is actually communication. I think the children face lots of communication when they are talking to their parents, because you find that the parents are not understanding sign language, their family is not understanding sign language, so the only place they find they can express themselves well is the school.
Adaani, director of Rabbani groups of schools, said every child, regardless of their abilities, deserves access to quality education and the opportunity to lead a fulfilling life.
If you're a parent and you're hiding your kid at home, please do not, because you find that maybe a child has stayed at home for 19 years and then comes to school, has never gone to school, and then they first start coming to school at 19 years. That child has to start from PP1, PP2, and that's very demotivating because they find other learners who are 6 years and you're 19 years. So please don't keep your child at home. Come join us here at Rabbani Special School for the Deaf, and we will give your child maximum attention, and at least take your child to school. Don't let them stay home. They need their minds to be educated and to be functional individuals in the society.
We have a program of civic education. Always we talk to them. We advertise at the mosque. We sometimes, whenever we have a meeting of the parents, when we are closing every time, we talk to the parents and tell them that they are welcome. Don't shy off that we have a special kid. We are going to support you, bring them, let them study, let them be with the community. that stigma is there. But because of this civic education that we have in our community, they are coming in large numbers.
The school has a team of experienced teachers who are fluent in sign language. Maureen Kang'ethe, the school principal, said the International Day of Sign Language is an opportunity to raise awareness of sign languages and the importance of inclusive education for deaf people.
About teaching, you also have to be very patient with these learners because, they are disabled, but at the same time, they are very bright learners, so do not undermine them in any way. Another thing, you also have to be very direct with them. Be very direct on what you're saying because they're also very direct people.
The Samic Basir Special School stands as a symbol of Kenyans' commitment to inclusive education and the empowerment of children with special needs.
Most challenges that we have is lack of trained teachers in sign language or special education. Those who are dealing with the autism, we don't have trained teachers. So every time we have to advertise, we have to look for. That's the most challenge that we have. Also, the stigma of that, you mentioned it, of parents are afraid of, to bring their kids. Maybe they think that they are cursed, so they don't want to bring to the school.
Nominated Member of Parliament Omulher Harun has tabled a draft bill to the National Assembly seeking to have basic sign language incorporated in school curriculum if a draft bill sails through the National Assembly.
In Kenya, parents hide their children who are deaf or have any disability due to stigma. Also, they are afraid of taking their children to Christian schools. They fear their children will be taught Christianity.
The Kenya Sign Language Bill 2023, sponsored by nominated MP Omulher Harun, seeks to provide for the recognition, promotion, development and use of Kenyan Sign Language. September 23rd is International Day of Sign Language that offers a unique opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language users. Reporting for the Muslim Insight, I'm Lena Mose.